Alright, hi, I'm Hughes, and today we're going to go over recognizing the slightest try. And it's going to tie in with pressure, timing, and release. And just so we go recap the pressure, time, and release, the pressure is always what asks the horse to do the things we want him to do. The timing is the release, and the release is what tells the horse he got the right answer and did a good job. So for example, if I'm teaching Ranger right here how to give to the halter, right there, if he even brings his nose a quarter of an inch this way, that is a try. If he even gave an eighth of an inch, that would be a try. That would be the pressure. The timing is the release. So as he starts bringing his nose over even an eighth of an inch, and I release, that is the timing. And then the release is what tells him he got the right answer and did a good job. So it all ties in together. So pressure, time, and release, and then recognizing the try is, again, if I start picking this up just a little bit right there, and he just brought his nose over a quarter of an inch, then I'm seeing and I'm recognizing that Ranger is at least trying. And that would be teaching Ranger how to flex with the halter. But we're going to use this as a different example today, and we're going to use it with the horse's hip. Now you got to remember, every part of the horse's body, the nose, the ears, the neck, the shoulder, the rib cage, the hindquarters, the front legs, the hind legs, can only go in 6 different directions. Left, right, up, down, forward, and back. That's it. So we're waiting on one direction. Alright? So if I wanted Ranger to disengage his hindquarters, this left hip, and I want him to disengage it to the right, I'm going to come back here. And as soon as he even thought about moving that hind quarter, his left hindquarters to the right, I'm going to release. The release is what tells him he got the right answer, and if he would just lean that way, then I would at least recognize that he is at least trying to do it. And we're going to walk over to the rail now, and what we're going to start teaching Ranger today is I want him to start bringing his hip closer to me when I tap on it, and we'll go over the 2 different directions and the differences between that. But I want him to start bringing that hip over towards me so I can get on him from a mounting block. And this will also work if you have a difficult horse that, doesn't want you to get on from the ground. It'll work with a mounting block or horse or from the ground. All right, so we're going to start right here. Now the reason I'm starting along the rail of the round pin is because when I start tapping his hip, he can't take his hip away from me because the rail is blocking him. I'm standing right here, so he can't really come into me. And if he was going to come into me, I'd gladly take a step off to the side and let him go by so I don't get run over. Then we'll get him out of, trying to go over the top of me and then go back to this lesson. So in the beginning, I'm going to have him right here. I'm going to bring up the stick. You could use a stick now. You could use a lunge or a stick. You could use a dressage whip. You could use a, something about this size is what you would want to use. You don't want to use like a real flimsy long lunge whip because that's going to be a little too long, a little too flimsy. But what you want to do is you want to start right here, and you can tap your horse on the hip anywhere in here. So I'm going to start tapping him, and there he picked up that left or his right hind foot and he started bringing it that way. So I recognized the try. He tried to do it. He started coming in that direction. So I'm going to say, hey Ranger, that was a really good job. All right, so now we're going to bring Ranger back over here, and I'm going to ask him again. So I'm going to, you want to stick about this size again. You can tap your horse anywhere on the hip in this area, and I just tapped him a little bit, and he started bringing his hip over towards me, and he gave me a really good try there. So I'm going to tell him he's a good boy. Here, all I'm going to do is bring this right here, tap him, tap him. As soon as he thought about it, I quit tapping him. He started moving in that direction. I put this stick right back down here where it belongs because he at least tried. Yeah, we'll ask one more time. And there you go. Now Ranger is all lined up for me to mount and get on. He's exactly where I want him to be. If I was out on the trail, needed to step on a log or a rock. And how we got this far, this fast with Ranger today is because we accepted the slightest try. We recognized the slightest try that he gave us, and that's how he learns, is from the pressure, timing, and release, and you recognizing the slightest try. So many people out there will just keep asking and asking and asking and asking and asking and asking, even though the horse is trying. They keep pounding the horse to do it, and the horse gets all confused and frustrated. Then they become confused and frustrated. If you just stay patient, the horse will do it. And always remember, If you take your time, time will go by fast enough. If you try to rush your training, time's going to come to a standstill. All right, so I hope this helps you and your horses, and happy trails. Thank you.